This is the new way to script a YouTube video in 2025. So there's 3 parts to a script, which I'll be showing you how to write today. There's the hook, there's the body, and there's the outro. Right before I get into it, here's some social proof. So like 200K views up here, 42K views in 2 days. There's a free course here we did with 15K views, another one down here with like 55K. There's a free course we did for Eddie with like 155K. I practice what I preach, unlike most content agencies, and I make videos on my own channel, just like the one you're watching right now. 21K views. Helped Daniel make an additional 108K. We got him like 250 qualified calls or something like that. So let me get right into it. But before I get into the breakdown, if you want to get access to a swipe file of 5 of our best YouTube scripts, along with the document you see on screen, just join the free group linked in the description. So let's get right into it. Here's how to write the hook. Let's say the title of the video is how I made $6,000 in 23 days with my content agency as a complete beginner. Here's an example of a hook, and then I'm going to break it down. Actually, I don't really want to read it out loud. You can just pause and read. But basically, this first line here, I'm immediately relating with the viewer. So I'm saying when I started my content agency, I had no experience, no portfolio, blah, blah, blah. This relates to the viewer. And then immediately in the viewer's head, they're like, oh, okay, Ayman was like me. He wasn't already rich or something like, I'm not calling myself rich or anything. He wasn't already successful. Hey, I should listen to him, right? So boom. And then next I established credibility, just like I did in this YouTube video with all this social proof. I said in 23 days, I was able to make $6,000. And then in the video, I'm going to pop up a striped screenshot showing I actually made $6,000 with the date. And then after that, I tell them what they're going to get inside of the video. So I tell them, I'm going to show them how to land their first client. And then the last part, I pretty much just hook them in and tell them how I established their dream result without a certain pain point. So most people, when they want to start an online business, is because they want freedom. So I played into that. And I said, I did this just working 3 to 4 hours per day from my laptop while I was in college at 17 years old. And I wasn't lying, this was actually true. Although I'm known for like 12-hour days and stuff, like while I was in college, I couldn't do that. So I had to work like 4 hours a day. So it's extremely simple and it's extremely short as well. There's no fluff, no garbage. And that's the breakdown of the hook structure. It's very concise. The problem with most YouTube hooks is that they're very long and redundant. And the secret to good video scripts is trimming literally every piece of fat. Less is more, remember that. Even with this video, as you can tell, it's very straight to the point. So let's just do one more example. So this hook is a bit longer. It's still in the safe zone. So I made $10 million in 21 days dropshipping, copy my exact strategy. So with this one, it's a bit long, but I start off with a pattern interrupt, also known as a bold claim. So I'm saying TikTok dropshipping changed my life. It's not the wildest claim ever, but to the ICP that we're targeting with this video, which is like usually people who don't really make as much money, it's a pretty cool claim. It's like, wow, you're able to change your life through dropshipping. It's the dream result that everybody wants, so it keeps their eyes peeled. Next, we start relating to the viewer. We tell them 2 years ago I was lost, I was testing random products, all these products failed. Most people have somewhere in their life like tried dropshipping, like the type of people that would watch this video. Like even myself, even though I don't dropship, I've tried like 2 products. One was like a flame diffuser and one was a face mask, like skincare. And then next, after we relate to the viewer, we go into social proof. So we say, look at this. We show a dashboard with like Shopify social proof. We say how he scaled multiple stores to 6 figures. And then after the social proof, we tell them what they'll get inside of this video. Now for this purple part down here, I called it the payoff, but that's probably not the right word. It's more just something I'm inserting into the script to tell them like, hey, you should stick around towards the end so you can see what the profit is. I'm creating some intrigue and some interest and an incentive to stick around towards the end. However, to be honest, I probably could have just said the profit here and used it as more social proof and hooked them in even more, because a lot of dropshippers just talk about revenue and stuff. They don't talk about their actual profit. So we can even say in the social proof part, I'm one of the only guys on YouTube who's going to tell you their profit and it was $1 million. That could have helped a lot as well. Both could work. So that's it for the hook. Very straightforward. I've given you 2 examples, so you can just take what I said there and run away with it and go use it and print. Next, here's how to write the body. To be honest, the body is easy. You don't even want to script it out word for word like I did with the hook. Instead, you should just write bullet points. Why? This is so that you don't come off as a robot. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to read a word for word script before, but especially if it's written by someone else, like most of the time you sound like a robot or you're very monotone and it's just boring. So if you're writing on behalf of someone else, these next 2 points will apply to you especially. So like if you're a content agency like myself, you want to use bullet points because you're letting the client use their own words, which prevents them from sounding like a robot. It makes it easier for them to record, so they're not going to delay and procrastinate the recordings. And they'll also be able to inject their own expertise into the video. So long story short, the video is going to perform better. Ideally, your body is split into 2 to 3 main points, and then you split those points up into bullet points. So here's an example of a body for one of my own YouTube videos that performed 3 times better than the average video on my channel. So this is the title, this is the video, and this is the first part of the body. So this is the only part of the body, like we did this one word for word. Not that you should do that or have to do that. It's kind of just up to you. I wanted to do it for this first part of the body. And then after that, it's just like very simple bullet points. Here it says like landing your clients. How did I do it? I explained the golden bullet method, which is our outreach method. I tell them what I look for in ideal clients. Like it's just bullet points. And then in the video, I elaborated on it. I didn't just explain the golden bullet method and look at the camera. Like, no, I actually elaborated on it. I added examples, etc., etc. So these are all sections. Like in the case of this video, I said up here, where did I say it? You split the body into 2 to 3 main points. Here I did it into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I did 5 main points in this video. That's fine as well. But just have some sort of structure to it. That's essentially what we're trying to do here. And what you're going to do is while you're recording, you're just going to glance at the bullet points, glance back at the camera lens, and then keep going. This is the best way to record. This is what everybody does who performs super, super well on YouTube, or most people. There are going to be some guys who are like, hey, I want it word for word and I want a teleprompter, and I just want to read it. But that's the minority of people. As you guys can see, it's not word for word aside from that little first bit, which I didn't even have to do. But again, everybody's different, and some people are more comfortable with more input and more words on the script, and some people want less words on the script. Now, one thing everybody should be doing is a small discrete CTA somewhere around the start of the video, anywhere between like right after the hook and then also before the 30% mark of the video, just like I did in this video. I told you guys that you can get access to a swipe file of 5 video scripts that we've written along with this document by joining my free group in the description. So we want a CTA here because the viewer is most likely not going to be watching towards the absolute end. So it's best to also throw a CTA towards the start. We just recently started implementing this with my own channel along with some of our clients as a test, and it's been doing great. So now we're rolling it out to all of our clients at the agency. Now, the last part of the script is the outro. So this is done word for word as well, just like the hook. And this is your chance to CTA one more time. The people who stick around until the end are the most likely to buy. So that's why we want to remind them one more time to buy. Just keep it concise and simple. So here's an example. I don't want to read it out loud, but it's like extremely simple. And I'm just telling them, click the first link in the description. Like I'm telling them what to do. Very short and simple. But there's also a transitionary sentence up here, which I'm going to highlight in light purple, which is extremely important. Because if you abruptly go from the body, like the last point in the body, and then to the outro, and you don't really do it, or you don't have a transitionary sentence there, it's going to be very abrupt. And then that's where you're going to see in your retention graph on YouTube, there's going to be a sharp drop off. So you don't want to just switch like this. You want to add something like, so that's exactly how I did this. Like just some sort of transitionary thing there. You just want to have your outro short and simple. Now that's pretty much it for this video. If you want to get access to this document again, it's going to be linked in the description along with a swipe file of YouTube scripts completely for free inside of my group. The group's more for content agencies, but if you're not a content agency, you can still hop in. And then also, if you want me to scale your coaching, software business, or even a service-based business through YouTube on a done-for-you basis, like you want to work with my agency and work with me and my team, check out the third link in the description. We do charge a couple $1,000s per month, so you should be making over $50K per month ideally. And finally, if you're a content agency and you want to get coached by me, just hit the second link. I got a lot of links, but because we run 2 offers right now. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed and watch the other videos on my channel. I promise you, you're going to learn something else.